We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, issue 8. This is part 3 of the Gothic storyline written by Grant Morrison with art by Klaus Janson, colored by Steve Buccellato, lettered by John Costanza, assistant editor Kevin Dooley, edited by Andrew Helfer, cover by Klaus Janson. This cover is probably the best one of the storylines so far because it actually relates a lot more specifically to the story, and it has the dynamic image of the ghostly nun and Batman overseeing it. It's a really cool cover. I really like this one, vastly superior to last issues, and I think a little better than the Cathedral one for part 1. So Batman brings Alfred up to speed on what's going on, and he decides he wants to visit the school that he used to go to. So he manages to make a sizable donation to get a old audio recording of the headmaster, Mr. Winchester, reading poems. For nostalgia purposes, you understand, not to match voice prints. Batman figures out the man has an Austrian accent, and when he goes to check a recording of other audio, he accidentally puts in a tape of his father talking, and that sparks a memory. So Batman is taking the gyrocopter, which we haven't seen in years, out for a spin. It turns out that Ottavio wasn't poisoned last issue by Mr. Whisper. It was somebody else. We find out who did that. We also get another glimpse of this young woman that is called the Nun. We're not real sure about her role in all of this, but we do find out a lot more about this Mr. Whisper when Batman goes to a monastery and talks to some monks. And the abbot tells Batman this old legend about how the monastery was once very, very corrupt during the plague. And it was because of this brother Manfred's pride and how he was converted to the dark side. And they tortured a bunch of nuns after they became all debauched and doing all sorts of things, shall we say. There's also the legend that this evil monk came back from the dead because he had struck a deal with the devil to live for 300 years. And he came back in this spectral ship, which is vaguely reminiscent of Batman's nightmares. So Batman takes the knowledge that he's learned and goes to the old monastery, and he thinks he sees a ghost. But did he? Apparently this monastery may hold some darker secrets that relate to Gotham as well. So we're left with a lead-in that suggests that something really bad is about to happen over in Gotham, and Batman's gonna have to get back there in time to stop it, of course. But there may be some more explorations going on in this place. We'll see. I don't know. But it should prove pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading the next installment. This was actually a really interesting story because it kind of blends a supernatural theme in pretty seamlessly with a regular mystery of who this Mr. Whisper is. A lot of Grant Morrison stuff for me is very, very hit and miss, but this one is really solid. So I'm going to recommend it. You should be able to find this fairly cheap, usually for about half the price of a new comic book on the racks. So I would say pick this up instead. Even if you're paying new comic prices, this is a vastly superior story. You're better off reading the whole storyline, but you could enjoy this one on its own. There's just not a lot of action to it because it's the middle story. But the art's fantastic, the cover's really cool, and the story's fun. So if you get a chance, check this out. Very fun read. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.